The past 4 years of working with clients has taught me so many things I never expected. And one of them is how retiring can be such an amazing opportunity to let go of clutter that's potentially holding us back or keeping us stuck. And how decluttering like you're retired, even if you aren't quite there yet, can be a powerful motivator in letting items go. Today, I'm sharing 3 categories of items that everyone declutters eventually. One interesting generalization I've learned since working with clients is that school teachers tend to love hanging on to resources or supplies that could potentially be useful. And it's always teachers themselves who are telling me these things. They admit that they struggle with letting go of resources that could be helpful. And we come across this with working teachers and retired teachers who are kind of struggling with that transition of realizing and sort of admitting that they're never going to use these supplies again. So this could be toys, worksheets, posters, books, crafting supplies. And this isn't just limited to school teachers. The first category to declutter like you're retired are work supplies. I have a work bag and a work bin that I take with me to every client job. And although I am not retiring anytime soon, I was so excited to declutter both of these items on this day. So these hold like all of our label makers and supplies that we use every single week. However, I knew for a fact there was stuff in here that we just didn't need anymore and haven't touched in years. And I was so tired of digging through to find out what I needed. So I pulled everything out and did a giant purge. I ended up letting go of just like a ton of just paper garbage and packaging garbage. There was also 2 big boxes of Ziploc bags that I have never used. These are almost 4 years old. And like this one looks like it's ripped open, but I can tell I've never taken a bag out of it. Same with this one. It has a hole in it, but the box has actually never been opened itself. I also had a couple of spice jars that I felt like at the time I was like, ooh, I should have like some backup spice jars for when we're doing pantries. But I have learned over the past 4 years that if we're ever replacing someone's, like they want to decant their pantry or spices, they always just want an entire set. They don't want just like 1 or 2. A couple years ago, we started to try to use fanny packs for when we were on job, like for the team. So we would keep like our phone in here, Sharpies, Post-it notes, things like that we were constantly grabbing. However, I found it really annoying to have on when I was like running up and down the stairs and in and out of the car around people's houses. So I ended up stopped using it, and I haven't used this for many months. So I am totally happy and fine to let that go. There was a whole ton of labels that, again, I may have, I'm not sure if people gave these to me or I got them free with some products. I honestly don't know how I got them. Maybe some of them I did purchase. This looks like something we used to have organizing. Oh gosh, what's the name of that store that I don't think they're in Canada anymore, or they don't exist? Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath & Beyond. We had a Bed Bath & Beyond in our town. And so I used to buy kind of random stuff. This iDesign company, I used to get stuff from them. So I probably bought these. However, we now own 2 label makers, and one of them makes labels that look just like this. So there would be no reason for me to use these. There were also some labels or stickers in there that were like actual letters, like big letters stickers. And so I actually kept those and I put them in with the kids crafting because I think they might use them for like when they're doing crafts or making a gift for someone. There was 2 funnels that I had purchased. They were like collapsible ones, little guys, that I thought would be so handy when we're doing like pantries and kitchens. However, we realized the rubber of them makes them so that you, like spices and stuff don't like go through them quickly. They really only work for liquids. And in every single house, if we're decanting something, they already own a funnel. So we just can use theirs. So just little things that I've kind of like, a few years ago I thought we needed, and I've sort of learned with time and experience that we just don't need them. I had this bottle of cleaner and it just smells so bad. I couldn't stand it. And I'm always like we don't do a ton of cleaning, but if in a kitchen, we'll wipe down like a pantry before we put everything back in. And I always feel really weird about like leaving a house smelling bad or like smelling weird. So I keep putting this on my shelf, but there's 0 point in me to keep it because I do not like the scent. There was this random duster that I came across, which obviously came free with something that I bought, but I have no recollection of what it came with. And obviously we've never used it because it's still in the bag. So I have no use for that. There was like a whole stash sort of like Allen keys and some screws that obviously have those little like wooden dowels that have all came with like little IKEA furniture and stuff like that I bought. And there were some clips, and I don't need any of these, so I just put them all in like a little bag and they can all go. When I first started organizing, I was using bin clips more, like these clip on like little baskets and stuff. But I find that clients don't really love them, and they also don't typically want to pay for them, I find. And these bin clips in particular just like were never my favorite. They just were like a weird shape or something. So I have still kept ones that I like, and they actually came with like, again, like some labels. So all of that I haven't touched in years, and that whole little box can go. I also found like some little felt things that like stick on the bottom of baskets or bins. Haven't used that in almost 4 years. All these clips. It's like, I think I thought, oh, this would be something I would use a lot. I don't. We don't need these. So one category of items I'm not even retiring, and that's over like 15 items that I got rid of in a matter of 30 minutes. And there's so many other examples of this. Maybe if you worked office or you worked like a tech job, you might have a bunch of equipment like computers or cords or keyboards, monitors. If you worked in a kitchen, maybe you have a lot of excess kitchen supplies or baking supplies. Maybe you're a stay-at-home parent, but you have a ton of like kid-related items, but really nobody's using them anymore. We'll often come across tradespeople who have more equipment and tools and supplies than they could possibly use in an entire life. Okay, the next category is probably the category that most people think of when they're retiring, but it can sometimes be a little trickier than we expect. My husband is an electrician, and you might remember that last year he ended up switching to an office job. And every day since I'd met him, he'd woke up in the morning, put on a pair of blue fire retardant and a blue work shirt. But the second that Scott knew he was going to be working in the office, he got rid of all his uniforms. He hadn't even started the new job yet. There was like a week in between his old job and his new job. I think he kept like one pair of pants so that when he's doing work around the house, but all of the rest went. Even I was like, are you sure about this? This seems like a bit extreme. Like, what if you don't like this job? What if it doesn't work out? But he was just so ready for this change that he was just ready to let it all go. And what a great example of decluttering like you're retiring. Category number 2 to declutter like you're retiring is clothes. Work clothes that you just aren't wearing anymore for whatever reason. When I left my office job, I was also pretty quick to get rid of all my clothes, mostly because I also needed to make room for the clothes I was wearing. However, there was one category that for whatever reason I have still hung on to for over 4 years. At the office, I wore a lot of dresses and skirts, which in Canada and in Ontario mean wearing nylons like 3/4 of the year. And I kept my entire stash of nylons. I kept them downstairs in my like off-season or special occasion clothes. But the last few months, I've been looking at them anytime I go in there, and I'm just thinking, why am I keeping all of these? So on this day, I grabbed all of the pairs, I did a quick review, it didn't take long, and I quickly found ones that I could get rid of. There was a colored pair and like a textured pair that I just knew I would never wear. And then there was just like excess of the plain like neutral ones, which I would wear. But I know it would take me like 20 years or 30 years to get through this many nylons now. So I was able to let go of 6 pairs, and it felt so good to let them out. It felt good to just have like a normal amount. So when I do need to go grab them, I'm like, oh, this is much easier to consider which ones I want to grab. And just last night, before I filmed this video, Scott handed me 2 pairs of pants that he wanted to get rid of. So these are like actual new work pants that he bought. He thrifted them obviously, but he bought them for his new office job. He's been in this job almost a year now, and so he now really does have a handle on what he does wear. And he's realized that in this new office job, he actually does go on job sites like pretty much every day. And so he can only wear pants that work with work boots. So he needs pants. These ones aren't wide enough to go over work boots, so they were driving him crazy. And although they were in perfect condition, they fit him perfectly and they were great colors and styles, he liked that. They just didn't work for his current job. So there was 0 point in keeping them. So he is happy to let these go. If you are retired or retiring or switching gears in life that have changed what clothes you wear, I encourage you to consider this category. If you're struggling with this category, I suggest starting with just items you realistically wouldn't wear current day. So like even if you went back on a contract to work, or if you switch gears again, would you still continue to wear these items? I know there's items like office wear. If I went back to an office job, there are stuff from like my 20s that I would never wear again. A very common one for a lot of people are high heel shoes. So might have like 15 pairs of high heels that 20 years ago we wore on a daily basis. But realistically, we will just never wear these shoes again. So there's really zero point in keeping them. Okay, next category can sometimes free up a lot of space. So in our home, I have two main areas where I keep my work stuff. So in the basement, I keep my work bag and supplies, stuff that I want to keep like more tidy and clean. So client product, my files, stuff like that. And then in the garage, I keep more sort of like outdoorsy stuff. So like empty boxes, garbage bins, recycle bags, stuff like that. And at the end of every client job, I come home and put everything back and sort of like reset these spaces. And every week for the past several years, I've been bringing home the garbage bins or recycle bins and piling them up in this pile. And all of a sudden, a couple of weeks ago, I was like, why do I have so many bins? We have done multiple whole home, like full estate jobs where we are doing the entire house, and we've still never used all of these bins in one day. I don't know why I'm hanging on to so many bins. And not only that, it was extremely inconvenient because I am short, and so having to put these back every single night, and it's such a huge pile, like why am I torturing myself? So I've decided it is finally time to let these go. Category number 3 are work-related items that you don't even see anymore, but that are creating clutter in your home. This might sound vague, but with a little reflection, these items can start to kind of pop up everywhere. In this example, I did a quick review of all of the bins I had. I ended up keeping 2 blue and 3 black, and I let go of 4 bins. Not only does this just make more sense logically, I've also made it so much easier for at the end of the day, I don't have to reach quite as high to put all these away. If you have work-related items in your home that have been there for months, maybe years, and maybe you just aren't seeing them anymore, I invite you to reassess whether you still need them. Maybe you used to sharpen skates in your garage back in your 20s, and you haven't done it in a decade, but you still have the giant skate sharpener in the corner and collecting dust. Maybe it's time to sell it. Or you were a seamstress and you have 3 sewing machines even though you only really use one of them. Imagine the space you could get back by getting rid of the other 2 that aren't being used. Maybe it's as simple as a box of corporate keychains that you used to hand out for work, but really you haven't handed one out in over 5 years. Or reference materials or reference books. An easy way to know if you need these is just to think, last time I needed a piece of information about like my profession or what I do, did I actually reference any of these books or materials? Or did I ask a colleague? Or did I look it up online? Lastly, a huge one is paper clutter related to work, current or past. I think we often avoid this because usually it's like has to be shredded and it has to be sort of reviewed, and that can feel really tedious. But if you have paper clutter that's from work that is in a closet or it's in some sort of storage area, I encourage you even just to take the boxes and put them into your living area. So put them on your dining room table or put them in front of the TV, somewhere where it just catches your eye, and that alone might sort of get the ball rolling to get you tackling them. And if that sounds too overwhelming, even just doing one box, bringing one pile into your living area just to get started. Remember, this doesn't have to be all done in one day. Whether you're actually retired or preparing to retire or mid-career, work-related items can be a huge category to free up space and can let us continue to grow and move forward rather than being stuck in the past. And rather than seeing this as the end of a chapter, which can be hard to say goodbye to for many, this is a great opportunity to welcome in a new chapter, whether it's a new job or maybe more free time to do the activities and hobbies you've always wanted to, or just to spend more time with your friends and family. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you always for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.